Hey guys, welcome to Mastermind Traders Academy. My name is Ray, and today we're going to do a little video on looking at the market. So we're going to take a look at all of these currency pairs here and see if we can actually identify a few trading opportunities on top of what we already have. So let's get going. All right, so we're on the euro dollar and we're on a daily chart, and of course we're bullish on the daily chart. So we're seeing price rallied up and hit this level of resistance here, and price got rejected earlier this afternoon. So we're seeing a pullback in the market. Now we are still bullish on this pair, so we're still looking to hold a long position. However, we are expecting somewhat of a consolidation on a smaller time frame, or we may even expect, yeah, we're expecting a consolidation or maybe a pullback as we're seeing here. And what you're seeing now is past support, past resistance becoming support. The market is kind of holding here at the moment. My stop loss is below this low. So if you notice, we're making higher highs and higher lows. Let's do this. So we have higher high, higher low, higher high, pullback, higher low. So for those who actually did not get into a trade here, this would be a good opportunity to get back into a trade or get into a trade with your stop loss below these lows here. And of course, we're looking for a take profit all the way up in this area of resistance. So we're looking at a good, decent, let's say 25 pip risk to 150 pip in profit almost. So that's a good risk to reward ratio right there. All right, let's move to the next trade. All right, so we're on the US dollar, and let's start with the daily chart. On the daily chart, we did mention yesterday that we're expecting a head and shoulder pattern. We see that head and shoulder pattern being formed now, where we have the left shoulder, we have the break off this level of support, we have the pullback surpassing the left shoulder just a little bit, but that's fine. And then we have a bearish engulfing candle here, again, which suggests movements to the downside. So we already got into a trade to go short here. However, if you have not yet gotten into a trade to go short on the US yen, then let's move down to the smaller time frame where we can identify more trading opportunities. So now the last time we did an analysis on this, we identified that on your daily chart, we did see the market hitting this level of resistance right around here. And price did break this support leg on the daily chart. But on the forward chart, when we did the last analysis, this leg that we were looking at, price did not break this low. So this is why I was a little bit weary in getting into a trade to go short at that point. So price did rally higher, came back down. Now we're seeing a retest of this low. So we could see a pullback back into my my entry order here. We could see a pullback, which would create the right side of a head and shoulder pattern, and then we could look to go short back into my take profit here. So this is something that we're going to keep our eyes on over the next few days. Now, if we head down to the smaller time frame, the 1 hour chart, of course, we can see a decent reversal pattern here. Now, notice what's going on here. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high. And look what happened here at resistance. We have a double top pattern, price breaking this support level here. We had a pullback. I happened to miss this trade this morning, and then the market just sold off here. So we could see a pullback into this level of past support becoming resistance before the market actually dips lower. So if you notice, I have 2 orders here on my on this account, which is a demo account, of course. On this account, we have 1 order here, which is already triggered, which is half of the order that I always use. And then if price actually pulls back into this level of resistance, then my next order will get triggered. And of course, now I'll have both trades going in this direction. So we'll keep an eye on that over the next few days and see what happens. US CAD. All right, so the US CAD, start with the daily chart, choppy. So really won't stay much on this currency pair because right now the market is a little bit choppy. Um, Direction is hard to see to come by at this point, so we're just going to bypass that trade for right now. All right, pound dollar. All right, so on the pound dollar, the last time we actually did an analysis on this pair, I actually drew this trend line, and price was basically above here when this trend line was drawn. Now notice what happened. Market hit this, we drew this trend line, and as you notice, market hit that level of support right here, and then the market started to rally. So we did anticipate a price rejection at around these levels, and that's exactly what happened. Now the market is kind of just going sideways here. We're actually in the Asian session, so not really expecting much of a price movement at this point. Now on the daily chart, let's remove this now. Now on the daily chart, we are still expecting price to find itself kind of hitting this level of resistance. It's possible, but also we are seeing where the market is reacting from these lows already. So there's a strong possibility we may not get another rally upwards, but we could get a pullback into these levels of support. So for right now, we'll just stand aside and wait on that trade. On the forward chart, we're seeing bearish engulfing candle at the resistance level. So we have past support becoming resistance, resistance again, and we also see this bearish engulfing candle. So with this bearish engulfing candle here, we could actually see the market dipping a little bit further into these levels before the market probably start taking off or just continues with its downtrend to the downside. Okay, that probably did not sound right, but anyway. All right, USCHF. Now again, did an analysis on the USCHF. Price held here for the past few days at support. And of course, I was expecting a bounce upwards. However, I did have a scenario number 2 that if price breaks this level of support here on the daily chart, then I will be looking for selling opportunities at this level of support, which is at around 0.9830. So on the smaller time frame, let's see around here, then I could look for price to push back into this level of resistance. So we're looking for a retracement of this move here before actually going short. Now on the 1 hour chart, we can see where the market is making lower highs and lower lows after the break of this support level. So again, still have to be careful and do not want to get into a trade prematurely. So with the market doing this, we're expecting a pullback. We did get a slight pullback here. However, I would rather see a stronger pullback into this level to retest these highs before actually taking a trade to go lower. So we can keep an eye out on this at this level to see what's going to happen. However, on the other side, or scenario number 2, price could actually maintain its level right here. So we could actually get into a trade at this point or a stop loss above these highs and take the trade to go even lower. Now, our exit level, let's go back to the daily chart, to the forward chart, go to the daily chart. Now our exit level could be around this level of support right here. So we have strong resistance, we had some resistance here. So we could see the market bounce, fall all the way back down into these levels of resistance over the next few days. So with that in mind, we're looking at a roughly 150, 170 pip price movement to the downside. So we want to keep that in mind. And finally, we're looking at the Aussie yen. So the Aussie yen basically on the daily chart, price is trending upwards. Price bounced from a past resistance becoming support level. Now we're kind of in the middle of no man's land right here. We have the MACD trending downward, so that kind of indicates bearish momentum in the market. So we could actually look for price to start falling at this point. Now, of course, you see the overall trend is actually bearish. However, we did break this high here. And let me draw it with my drawing tool. So price came down and then price actually broke above this level of resistance and then turned. So we had a retracement back to past resistance becoming support, and we're seeing the market holding here for the time being. So if I'm actually going to take a trade to go short, I would rather see a break below this support level here before actually deciding to take a trade to trade downwards back into this support level. So this is also a trade that we can keep our eye on if price actually breaks below this level of support. Now on a intraday level, we see that the market is a little bit choppy on the 1 hour time frame, but we are seeing the market making lower highs and lower lows here. So, and of course, if you look at the MACD here, we have divergence. We have the market poising back to the upside. So we could see another attempt back into these levels of resistance before the market actually makes a move to the downside. So with this trade, we kind of want to stand aside on this trade for right now and actually see what happens over the next few hours. All right, so that's it for today, guys. And if there are any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Um, until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye bye.